Happy Saturday. Gonna do a little change of pace here. Let's work on some drive wheels today a little bit instead. Got these brought up to the shop. Got this one up on the table. The goal is to start taking all the lugs off and sector gears off to prep them to probably bring them in and get sandblasted. I'm kind of tentatively thinking if I can get these all ready and bring them in and get them sandblasted, possibly over the Thanksgiving holiday, I will try to get these painted if everything works out really well. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because it'd be nice to get the tractor back up on its wheels, actual wheels again. And that'd be just one less thing to worry about. Get all the red done. So yeah, I'll start working on taking some more lugs off, and I'll check back with you guys later. Well, that went rather smoothly. I got both drive wheels, all the lugs off, all the sector gears off. So now I can have these all cleaned up, grind off all the little burrs where they're worn, get them all smoothed out. Unfortunately, just about all the hardware is borderline whether it's usable at best. Maybe the sector gear hardware, possibly some of that used over, but all the lugs, bolts and nuts, most of them broke off. They're really crusty. They broke off. Even the ones that did come apart, a lot of the stuff is so pitted and rough shape that I wouldn't want to use it anyway. So I'll end up having to buy new hardware for that. Not looking forward to that bill, because the square-headed bolts and heavy hex nuts are not the cheapest thing in the world. There's all the lugs. One side is short, one side is long. Best reason I have for that is most likely the tractor was set up for plowing at one point in its life, because the land side, or the left side of the tractor, had the long lugs for more traction, and the furrow side, or right side of the tractor, was the short lugs. So it's the only plausible explanation I've come up with so far why that's like that. One interesting thing to note is that these 6 long lugs have round holes. The rest of them have oblong holes, like all of the short lugs do. They all have oblong holes. So I don't know what the deal is with the 6 that are just round, if those ones are replacements at some point in life or what. I've not run into that so far, but kind of interesting. A few of these need to be straightened out a little bit more, obviously, but they're not bad. A few of them need to be a little bit welded. There's a couple of cracks in a couple of them, and there's at least one that I need to remake. So this is the right side of the tractor, the short lugs. No, this is the left side of the tractor, the long lugs. I did that one first. So I'm going to make one of them. And then this is the short side here. And I had all of those lugs, I believe. I'll confirm, double count them again. But so yeah, they're ready to go to the sandblaster now. So I'll have to see if they'll be doing any batches of sandblasting here, like this coming week or something, possibly, and see if I can get them in and done. I straightened out a few spokes. Might be a few more that need it yet. I'll take off the rear wheels as well and have them sandblasted too at the same time. A couple more spokes that need to be straightened out on there. I can see one over on that side for sure that's bent. All the little parts I'll keep for myself, because once I get my little sandblasting cabinet set up, I can do them myself on my own time. I don't have to pay somebody to do them. Save a little bit of money there. I'd rather spend a little bit of my own time and save a few dollars than hire it all out. But yeah, that'll be exciting to get them, like I said earlier, get the tractor up on its own wheels again. That'll be good. So yeah, it was a pretty good day here today. It's supper time now, so I'm gonna call it a night and probably come on again tomorrow and get something done. I'm not sure what I'll work on next, but there's lots to do, so I don't have to look too far to find something. All right, catch you guys tomorrow. I've been working on getting this sandblaster up and going here. Got some parts ordered for it, and today we're going to work on taking a couple of these junk pallets from work and see if we can salvage enough materials to make a little mobile base for this thing to set it on, set it all up. Goal is to try to do it without spending hardly any money. So yeah, I could go buy brand new materials and build something really nice, but I think we can put together something equally as nice with free materials. So I'll check back. Ta-da! One mobile base. We got a scrap here cut. I'm not sure if I'll put it on or not, but I might put a door in front of it. So yeah, got caster wheels on it so I can move it around. It just sits inside the little ledge there, so you can take it off and move it around if you want to, or service it or whatever. But yeah, nothing fancy, just leftover pallets and junk screwed together. Even got some bonus points because I used some of the screws that the pallets came with to put it back together. So yeah, one more part of this project done. If I get really ambitious, I might even throw a coat of paint on it. Let's switch projects again, and I'm going to disassemble the seat assembly here now. Reason being, the one's got to come apart with paint. Two, it's got to come apart to figure out how to tighten up those holes, and eventually we're going to work on, there should be a cast part here in place of this homemade flat strap. So we're going to work on, hopefully I can get one of the originals from a friend to get some cast, and we're actually going to get a number of them cast because just about everybody else is missing this part like I am. So I end up, it'll be a little bit of a project to get that part made, but I think it'll be worth it because it'll help quite a few of us out. Obviously some of this hardware will have to be replaced, like that nut is pretty crusty. That bolt maybe replaced as well, so it looks like when we take it out. Because obviously I want good hardware holding the seat together. You don't want to be going along and have a hardware fail and have the seat fall off as you drive the tractor. Kind of comes down to a safety thing. So most of this hardware I'll probably replace just for good measure, so I know it's new and good. We also have to fabricate another part that goes, I'll try to put up a picture here if I remember when I'm editing this video. So there should be a round rod that comes out, comes down, around, and comes back up and goes in this hole. So it's basically like a safety from what I gather. So if that bolt for the spring in the seat were to fail, that's all that's really holding you up, this bracket here will catch the seat assembly from going all the way down. So it's kind of a safety thing as far as I can gather. Because yeah, otherwise you're being supported, those rods are here. So if this bolt were to break, or the spring were to break, either way, this whole seat, that's all it's holding that whole seat assembly from falling down. So I'll have to fabricate one of them too. I'll have to get again with one of my friends and get a few measurements because I'm missing that part. Get a few measurements to reproduce that part. But yeah, other than that, this should be a relatively simple take it apart, clean it up, put it and get it ready for paint type of thing. So yeah, take it apart here now, and then I'll check back when I have a pile of pieces. Got the seat assembly broken down into its individual pieces. Went pretty smoothly. So yeah, now we can get some new hardware ordered, because yeah, that bolt is completely crusty, bad, the nut's bad. This bolt's pretty crusty, we'll replace that one. Might be able to use that nut over. This bolt actually looks pretty decent. I'll have to think about whether or not I'll replace that or not. I might, just for safety's sake. There's nothing wrong with the nuts though, should be able to use them over again. So yeah, now we can figure out fixing that and straighten out a few dings and dents in the pan seat and a little more cleanup. There again, once I get my sandblaster booth going, all these little pieces that sure will be handy to have for all this kind of stuff. All these little nooks and cranny. And this is why it's good to break it all down into its individual parts and pieces too, because yeah, the assembly, it looked all nice and clean, it was sandblasted. Yeah, just paint it, right? No, because in between all those parts, it's still rusty where they meet up to each other. And if you were to paint it, eventually all that rust is going to bleed out once it gets wet and damp and whatever. And there would be no protection in between those pieces. So it's better to take it all apart, clean it all up, make sure wherever possible get paint in between each surfaces. So I'll paint all these pieces individual, separate pieces, and then put it all back together as one assembly, and it'll be a lot better finished product. That's all said and done. At least I think so. Everybody has their own way of doing things, but that's how I like to do things. I think it's about it for this weekend. Not a whole lot of footage to show you. A lot of it was just tedious stuff, you know, nothing really to show you. But yeah, we made some good progress, got some things done. I will check back when I have some more to update, but this is probably it for this week. I will probably see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Make sure if you like this to hit the whole subscribe button and the like and share it with your friends. Thanks.